What's up, guys? Welcome back. In today's video we have a pretty interesting set for Ultra League with using Chandelure and Glaceon and Poliwrath. So a very interesting team. And before we start, again, I apologize for the sparse uploads lately. I was just, I've been submerging myself in Twitch. I've said it already before, but if you do want to have some fun and talk to me in real time and watch me do battles in real time, it is a lot of fun. If you've been putting it off, just maybe give it a try. I know I put going on Twitch off for the longest time, but once I tried it, I was really happy that I did. So again, it's twitch.tv/JRskatr. I've been streaming every day, and I'm going to keep doing that for the foreseeable future because it's a lot of fun, and I love talking to you guys. So if you want to check me out there, definitely would be pretty sweet to talk to you guys in person. Well, not in person, but in real time. But without further ado, I'm going to get back to these uploads, I promise, and we're gonna do the pronunciation before we start. And the Pokemon that I chose for today was Scizor. So it's like some people say Caesar or Scizor or Scissor, but it's Scizor. And double check with the show. Of course, that's how you pronounce it. So that's how we're gonna do it. So hopefully that helped you guys with the pronunciations. And without further ado, shout out to Tom, aka Tickle My Nifkin, for submitting this battle or this set. And let's just jump right into it. Alright, so this was sent to me, a few days ago, so he was still in rank 8, or maybe even 4 days ago. But, so we're going to come in here with Poliwrath lead. So he's using Poliwrath lead, and Poliwrath is weak to Fairy, so this is a pretty bad lead, actually, because it is weak to Charm. But he's going to opt to stay in, because he's going to be throwing an Ice Punch, which is super effective against this Togekiss, and then he's going to switch out to avoid taking more damage. Then he comes in with a Chandelure, which probably keeps his opponent very off guard, and the Fire typing will it will resist the Fairy, and it also, I believe, I don't know if it does super effective damage against the Fairy, but it is resistant to the Fairy, so it's really nice. The Swampert comes in and gets one-shotted by the Grass Knot, so that was, or by the Energy Ball, I'm sorry, and that was a very that was a very nice turn of events for him. And he's going to come in with the Shadow Ball here against the Metagross, which is a very interesting pick. To be honest, I haven't seen a Metagross yet in Ultra League Premier, but yeah, so maybe definitely an interesting pick. So let's just see what he does here. He's going to come in with most likely Poliwrath to farm it up with the ground moves. So I'm guessing he's gonna drain the clock, come in with the ground moves, and then the opponent is gonna come in with a Togekiss again, and then just gonna throw an Ice Punch just to chip it down, and we'll see if they shield here. They don't shield. Okay, so I guess they assumed that the game was over, and then they just kind of concede the match that way. Some people do that because they know the game is over, and so they just don't shield. So great first start to the game. In the second game, going against Torreso 91, and we're gonna see how the lead plays out here. I actually haven't seen these matches yet, so we're gonna watch these in real time. And again, loses the lead again, so not great. I mean, the Mud Shots are dealing super effective damage, but not as much as the Volt Switches are. So gonna go for the Dynamic Punch, and it gets shielded, and then he decides to switch out. So that's a pretty good move, burning one of the shields before switching out. Now the Chandelure is actually neutral to the electric. It's not a flying type, even though it is floating in the air. It's not a flying type. So the opponent's going to switch into a Blaziken. And Tom's going to go straight for the Shadow Ball. Let's see if it gets shielded here. And it doesn't get shielded, which knocks out the Blaziken. The Blaziken is not a tanky Pokemon. It's quite glassy. And so that was kind of a dangerous play there by not shielding. But anyways, I'm going to come in with another Fairy type and going to use the last shield on that Shadow Ball, and then going to feint it down. So now the best move is to come in with Glaceon because it's not going to get super effective damage from the charms. And so going to shield this close combat, very good shield. And now their defense is lowered, and so you can just go for the straight farm down with those Frost Breaths. And then Ampharos is going to come back in, but it's going to get met with an Avalanche, and this is going to do a big chunk of damage, if not knocking it out. No, pretty big chunk of damage. But it gets, I'm sorry, Icy Wind. I apologize for that. Icy Wind, going to lower the attack. And Glaceon is just a pure ice type, and so it only resists ice. And it is weak to fire, fighting rock and steel. And so it doesn't have like a crazy amount of weaknesses, I guess kind of your average amount, but it has very little resistances. So definitely an interesting pick here. And gonna go into the third game. So good game there, and gonna go into the third game. Let's see what the lead is. Okay, it's gonna be an Alolan Muck. Now this is a much more favorable lead because those mud shots are gonna be dealing super effective damage. The dynamic punches will be doing neutral damage because the poison resists to fighting, but the dark is weak to fighting. And so it's pretty much a straight shot, just go straight dynamic punch in this matchup. And so it's going to see what they're going to do here. And okay, dynamic punch, not going to get shielded. Going to come in with a Venusaur, but he has the energy lead. So very, very good decision here going with the ice punch. The Venusaur doesn't have to shield, but it is probably wise to shield. So the opponent shields there. And then because they switched out, they're locked in. And then the Chandelure can just farm this Venusaur. Going to take resisted damage because of the ghost typing. So that was one of the mistakes I made when I was actually battling on stream. I threw a Sludge Bomb against the Drifblim, and that was a mistake. The ghost typing does resist poison. So that's one thing you got to remember because I forgot that lately. But then gonna throw it again. Interesting, but because it does resist grass as well, but grass does more DPE than Sludge Bomb, because it's a community day move, and community day moves are so powered, like so overpowered. I think Frenzy Plant should have been the move that the opponent threw. So I guess it was, lucky for Tom that he didn't throw the Frenzy Plant, because that probably would have did a little bit more damage. So, okay, now coming in with Empoleon. Empoleon is a very, very popular pick in the Ultra League Premier Cup. It has a lot of resistances because of that steel typing. And can, deal a lot of neutral damage to a lot of other Pokemon. So it's just a pretty good pick. In general, has a lot of coverage with Drill Peck. But yeah, gonna get hit with a Dynamic Punch and gonna go down. So very, very good game there. Tom actually got the 1000th win in the last game. So congratulations on that. And let's see what happens in game 4. Going against DDD97. All right, so Venusaur lead. This is not a great lead. The thing is, Poliwrath can beat the Venusaur to the charge moves, and it looks like this Venusaur has Razor Leaf. So definitely gonna look to be switching out because that's gonna do a huge chunk of damage if you don't switch out there. Okay, gonna come in with the Gyarados as the counter switch, and I imagine this will be. This is definitely not a great matchup for the Chandelure because the Chandelure is dealing resisted damage to that Gyarados, and the Gyarados is going to be dealing neutral damage with the Dragon Breath, but of course, super effective damage with the Aqua Tail. So he's going to go ahead and conserve the shields, and then going to come in with, I imagine, Poliwrath. Glaceon might have been, Glaceon is going to deal neutral damage to that Gyarados, but yeah. I guess either one of these Pokemon is dealing neutral damage, so they're not in a great situation here. This Gyarados is going to go throw Aqua Tail. And then, okay, so he's going to go in for the Dynamic Punch to do neutral damage again because, actually, no, I think it's resisted damage. Yeah, resisted damage because of that flying type, but it still does a big chunk of damage. So, okay, now coming in with the Glaceon, going to tank this Aqua Tail. The ice only resists ice. You gotta keep remembering that because I kept forgetting when I was in the Lapras versus the Lapras matchup. In the way beginning, I would sometimes mistakenly throw Ice Beam, but you want to just go Surf against the Lapras because Lapras only single resist water, double resist ice. Okay, now coming in with a Snorlax at the end. The Snorlax is just going to be spamming body slams, and so, went for the superpower. Okay, so great shield. Really, really good shield there. And I still think you got to shield this because you're still within KO range. Maybe go for the farm down, maybe? I mean, that's pretty much his only win condition here, to just throw Icy Winds at this Venusaur. Oh, this actually might win the match here. Let's see. Oh, doesn't win, and just barely gets Razor Leaf down. That was a very, very close match. Very, very well played by both players. And gonna go into the final game against Norankulis. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name too bad. And gonna come in with the Venusaur lead again. So I imagine we'll play the same way. Just come in with an Ice Punch and then duck out. Except this Venusaur is going with the Vine Whip. So this is like the standard move set on this Venusaur. and then I'm gonna switch out into the Chandelure just for some extra farming. Now let's see if this opponent knows which move to throw. Okay, mistakenly throws the sludge bomb. So another situation where your opponent just won't know what to throw. And I'm gonna double check that. I'll put it on the screen which move does more damage just in case I'm wrong. I didn't check before I watched this video. Hopefully I got it right. Just based off of my matchups with Venusaur versus Driftblim, I'm assuming it's the same situation. Okay, so the Gallade is going to be throwing a Leaf Blade, going to get shielded. Going to go for the straight farm down. Very well played there. Good strategy. Going to throw the Icy Wind on this Magnezone. Magnezone is a very tough Pokemon in the Ultra League Premier Cup. Definitely has been a lot of problems for my team, but because I've been running Gyarados the last couple days. But yeah, so this is a very, very good matchup for Poliwrath. Can go straight Dynamic Punch. Gonna have to look out for that Wild Charge, but it looks like the opponent's gonna switch out. Okay, that was an interesting play. Probably could have maybe threw a Wild Charge and then switched out, but yeah. Okay, Frenzy Plant from the Venusaur, and then gonna come in with the Ice Punch here, which would be doing super effective damage, and that's gonna knock out the Venusaur. And then the Magnezone is going to go, ooh, does not get to the Wild Charge. That seemed like an overfarm to me. I lost count there, but it looked like that maybe they weren't running Wild Charge. I don't know. That would have been interesting if they weren't running Wild Charge. You pretty much have to run that move. But gonna win that last game. I'm gonna go 4-1 in the set, which is a very, very good set. And yeah, very well played. Very, very interesting, spicy team. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And again, I forgot to mention this in the beginning of the video. I did alter my setup a little bit because I got a new microphone, which I have on an arm, and I can't put my camera in the normal spot. So I have it on the other side of my computer this time, and so it's going to be a little bit different. So yeah, hopefully you guys are okay adjusting to this. And thank you guys again for watching. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on Twitch, talk to you in person, live, and then, I keep saying in person, but talk to you live, and then stay tuned for the next video. Have a great day, good luck in your sets, and we'll see you in the next one.